In this video, we will see different curve options in Drishti Paint. So I've just loaded a small data set, an engine data set, engine block, and we'll see the different options for plotting the curves, drawing the curves in Drishti Paint. First is the live wire. So with live wire, what you have is the curve catching the edges of the object. So you have the anchor points, and then in between the anchor points, the curve tries to latch onto the um, edges of your object. So click the live wire, and we have selected close. So the resultant curve that is going to be generated is going to be a closed curve. So here is the outline of the object, and then I can press spacebar to finalize the live wire. It freezes the live wire, so we can't now modify this live wire curve. Now if you want to move the curve, just turn off the live wire, and then you can use middle mouse button, and then you can move it around. Also you can delete it, so hover over the curve and then press spacebar or delete key, and it will delete that. Now if you have a live wire and you don't want to close it, then switch off this uh, close option, and then again you can draw the live wire, and then for example you want to just select up to this part here, and then press spacebar, and what you get is an open curve. You can also give the width to the curve. This curve has width 1. You can have it a thicker curve. Change the width of that curve, change the width parameter here, and then hover over the curve and then press W to change the width. So that's the width of the curve. Here let me just show you this thing. So this is the thick curve. This is how the thick curve looks in your 3D viewer or 3D preview, and a thin curve. So I've changed the width to 1 and then press W, and this is how the thin curve looks. So if you go to another slice, let me set thickness to 10, and let me just select the live wire again, and then press spacebar to finalize this live wire or freeze it. So you get a curve of width 10 straight away. So the thing is, if you want to change the width later on, you can do it. That's not a problem. Now these two are open curves, and you can easily interpolate between these open curves. So press spacebar to select the curve, and press spacebar to select this another curve here, and then we can just interpolate between them. And these are the interpolated curves. Now the interpolated curves will have the thickness parameter as well, interpolated as well. So as you can see here, as I go through different slices, your thickness, the curve thickness is increasing. You can interpolate open as well as close curves. So I've just interpolated open curves. So these are open curves. Now let's just go to another slice here. Yet another way of having curve is using this new curve option. So select new curve, and then when you select this curve option, there are many options here. So when you select the curve option, what you get is a hand-drawn curve. So press press OK, and then you are going to create a hand-drawn curve. So draw curves by dragging the left mouse button, and then whenever you press it, you get a point on the curve. And then to finalize the curve, you can press end curve, or you can just press A to end the current curve and start the new curve. So let me start drawing the curve. So I have pressed the left mouse button key, and then just I am dragging that with the left mouse button key pressed, and then press A to start a new curve. Now let me change the tag here. That's with the new tag. I think the tags are the and right mouse button to remove the point. Let me just change the tag. Press T to change the tag. Let me change the tag here. Let's draw another curve. Press A. So by pressing A, I have terminated this curve here, frozen this curve, and then I'll start a new curve here. Now if you want to have a closed curve, turn on the switch closed, and let's draw a new curve. So I'm pressing A, or you can press end curve and then again new curve, or press A. So I pressed A, and so this one is going to be a closed curve. And then when I press A, this will become a closed curve here. Or when I press end curve, then this will become a closed curve. Then I can also move these curves around. So say middle mouse button, and then you can move these curves. You can also copy these curves, Control C, and paste it, Control V. There you have. So these are different hand-drawn curves. So if you want to track a certain feature, I'm just deleting these ones here. So hovering over that and delete that. So the new curve element, and then I can draw that using the mouse. And then finalizing the curve. Now this is a closed curve. I wanted to have an open curve, so hover over that curve and press O. You can switch between closed curve and open curve, so C and O will just switch between closed curve and open curve. Now you can also add an ellipse. So and then you can move this ellipse. So turn on modify, and you can basically modify that. Similarly, you can have a polygon, a smooth polygon. Again, modify, and then you can add points by using shift and then left click to add a point, and shift and right click to remove a point. So I have removed a point here. I have again removed a point, shift and right click. So you can add curves like these, and again when I turn that off, you get a curve, a closed curve. Now you can have a polygon. So this is just a non-smooth polygon, and it again same way you can add the points and you can remove the points. Then you can have a polyline. Now polyline is basically the open version. Again modify, and same way you can add points and remove the points. And you can also change the thickness and so on. And then similarly you have a non-smooth version. So these are the different curve options in Drishti Paint. So one is live wire, which tracks the the edges of the object, and the others are hand-drawn curves. So you basically click and drag to draw the points on the curve. For the curve, then you have ellipse. You can have polygons, the smooth polygons like this, or unsmooth versions, as well as polyline, smooth polyline, and the unsmooth polyline. And these curves can be interpolated. So you can have a spline or an ellipse on one slice, and then you can just interpolate it to a polygon, for example, like this on another slice. So you have many options for plotting the curves, drawing the curves, selecting the object in Drishti Paint.